Hey gamers, welcome to Building Character, where we take a RPG of, and we make a character. And we're going to do that today with you guys. Yeah. I'm Rick.
And I'm Carrie.
And we got a special one today. It is going to be...
It's not D&D
It's
today.
not D&D, well...
I mean, like, it's D&D adjacent.
Yes, that is a perfect phrasing for that. Because this is Pathfinder 2nd Edition Playtest.
Yeah.
Picked it up at Gen Con. Super cool stuff. So we're going to do some playtest character builds.
Yeah.
And we're going to need your guys' help because I haven't done this yet.
We really need some help today.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what we're doing yet.
And I'm going to share this into the 2nd Edition Playtest group.
Okay, cool.
So that we can get more people watching and helping out.
He's got the fancy leather-bound hardcover edition of the 2nd Edition rulebook. Yeah. I'm rolling with the paperback, which I'm sure is far more affordable than that.
Yes, this was not cheap. And then I'll also have the hardcover. So when I'm a completist, so while I'm at Gen Con, I'm like, I gotta get everything. So I got all the 3 versions of the book, and this one apparently has a couple extra character types in it, which is kind of neat. And then also picked up, just to your left there, is the playtest module, the
Doomsday Dawn.
Yeah, Doomsday Dawn.
Sounds inviting.
Yeah. So it's multiple different scenarios to kind of test out different things, like first level, 3rd level, total party kill scenario.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mysterious ancient artifacts from sand-choked Osiren count down the years until a rare planetary conjunction that will align Pathfinder's world with the hostile planet Octurn.
Yes.
Yeah. Metal. Little kind of metal.
Yeah.
It also just says the final countdown on the back. So now,
which it is.
now I've got that song stuck in my head.
Nice.
So.
And we also I picked up the multi-pack flip mats, which go to the Doomsday Dawn. So
that's cool.
Yeah, the whole
package. There's 2 mats, but they each have 2 different sides. Yeah. So one's sort of a dungeon, one's more of like an open field, one looks like a desert fort, and another almost looks like a mead hall. So.
Mead hall.
In any case, we also have blind boxes. Yeah. So I think we're going to crack open some of the blind boxes.
Right. Because what we want to do is we want to crack open these blind boxes. These are the Pathfinder Battles Jungles of Despair by WizKids.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if we can find some miniatures that will represent a character, and then we'll build the character based off that miniature.
Yeah.
I already broke a couple open. We have a few things spinning on the spinner right here.
I'm just a sucker for blind boxes.
But yeah, we like to break open blind boxes.
In general.
And while Carrie starts that, I've got 2 things. I'm going to share this real quick into a group, but I also want to let you know that if you're watching, we are going to be giving away, not during the episode, but this is another one of the soft bound ones, but it's also been signed by Eric Mona, the big boss over at Paizo when it comes to the whole Pathfinder line. And got him to autograph this at Gen Con, so someone's going to get this. We'll send it to you. And how you can do that is that's weird looking. Infectious Squilop. Yeah, that's kind of neat.
So yeah, if you share it out between when this episode airs and then next week is when we'll do the drawing.
We'll announce who the winner is next week during Building Character. So we'll give everybody a week, but you got to share this video on your platform or in a group that you think would enjoy it, a local group, or if you're a comic book shop or a game store, share it on your wall so people can be, the 2nd Edition Playtest, neat. Building Character Edition, it'll be fun.
Just so you guys know, Jay Scott is here, Scott Coddington, Chantel, Paul, Michael, Peter, Nick, and Levi have all joined us. And Levi asked, is that the new edition?
It is.
Yeah. So,
and Chantel said the purple pirate looks cool on the...
I just pulled this guy, and I want to put him on the spinner.
Ooh, yes.
He looks real cool. I also got a burb and a snake. And I don't think we can roll up a burb or a snake.
Nope.
No.
Thank you, Nick. Nick says, I always share you guys.
Yay!
Nice. And also, if you would, please comment in the comments below that you did do the share, because sometimes you guys have your privacy settings set up where you may have shared it, but we won't see you. And we want to be able to see who shared it. And if you can't, then please just type shared as well.
I'm gonna have a big old pile of trash over here in a second. That looks like weird nymph. I was like, is this a naked elf?
Yes.
But no, it's a nymph.
David asks, have you guys ever thought about doing a repaint on some of these blind box minis, on painting Happy Little Minis?
Ooh, we have, and we should. That's a good. I actually think we should do that. That'd be a great idea.
I have another burb.
All right, I'm going to start cracking packs.
I'm going to have a lot of animal friends over here in a minute.
Yeah.
Just throw it on the ground. That's good. That's what I should be doing.
Which is kind of neat because I think one of these on here is a druid, and that would be a fun build for 2nd edition. Jesus. I got the more evil older brother of the
I don't know what a
Stranger
shambler.
Things.
Got some little nasty boys over here. Yeah, this one's real weird. Infectious. That's woo.
Ooh, I like this. I'm gonna put this right on. I'm gonna knock these guys off for a second. There we go.
Also, Nick says your shirt is awesome, Rick.
Hey, thanks.
What do you want?
So it's D20 with the 1.
Oh,
Says
nope.
This is by Armor Class 10. They are a shirt company that was at Gen Con, and they are located in the DC area. But you can go to their website and you can order all their shirts.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, I didn't get any character concepts out of that
thing's
one.
freaky looking.
What?
I got a creeper.
Yeah, that thing is
vine.
crazy.
Wait, so could that be a character?
No.
Why?
Because it has to follow the rules.
Okay.
I got
But I like where you're going.
Another nymph.
Oh, the big mini disease.
And
Which one that one is
a
called?
toiger.
This thing.
Yeah,
That thing's crazy. Oh, dang it, mold runt.
we got many animal friends
I
here.
thought it was going to be a goblin. I was like, yes.
You really want to make a gobbo today?
I shouldn't have taken any of the goblins home with me yesterday that I got because I'm working on something that requires a lot of goblins. Ooh, a nice dwarf. A dwarven explorer.
Rick, that looks like a demonic olive.
Yeah, so Tony has a good question. What is that thing?
It's an infectious quipoth.
Quipoff.
At least that's what it says on the bottom of the thing.
Right.
Infectious quipoth. I got the thrall of Agnazon.
Oh wow, it's like a
It's a gorilla with an extra set of arms.
like a Quillian gorilla.
Yeah.
And then this is what so I got this cool little dwarf guy, but then a quattle.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah. Quattles are really cool.
I got a
Serpent
winged
folk
chupacabra. That's fun. I'm mostly pulling like animals and creatures and whatnot, which is fine.
Yeah.
You know, those are good minis to have. If we were doing an encounters edition,
Yeah.
this would be excellent.
Levi says, yeah, it's called a Gorillion ape, like ape. Yeah, the Gorillion. Levi also says dwarven rogue. We could do a dwarven rogue build.
Yeah,
off that
Clive
dwarf.
said the
That'd be
same thing.
cool. Yeah,
They
that's-
love
'cause
the
that-
dwarf.
Yeah, he does look good.
I'm just pulling all these nasty boys. What is that?
What is this? And it doesn't even have a base. Does it have a base? I didn't see a base. No base.
No base.
No base. So I don't know what this is, but check this out.
Like a steampunk octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got another one of those elven assassins.
Okay.
Okay, so nothing else in that box.
All right.
So yeah, let's look at the character
Like
options.
the actual
Yeah, character
options.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. So that is human rangers, what that is labeled as. We got an elf druid. We have the elf assassin, who I think someone called a purple pirate.
The purple pirate.
Yes.
The Azada knight,
Yeah.
mold runt.
Oh, by the way, Levi said it's an apparatus of the sea. It's
Oh.
a submarine,
Oh, neat.
like metal thing.
Serpent folk rogue. That's kind of cool.
I can't wait.
I like that.
I wish we could do a serpent folk, but it's not one of the character or race options or folk ancestry options.
Scott says I love the elf druid.
The elf druid is really cool. and the dwarven.
And we've got a wilder here, which I assume is similar to like a rogue.
Okay, so these are so they're called ancestries now instead of races.
All right.
And we have dwarf, elf, gnome, goblin, halfling, and human. There are half elf and half orc ancestries are accessible through human ancestry feats. So that's kind of an interesting twist.
All right.
All right. So we'll take the lizard folk off there. And this guy, where'd the dwarf go? Because I think the dwarf is going to be a winner.
Yeah.
No, that's not the dwarf. It's the runt.
I don't know where the dwarf was.
2 people say they like the ranger.
The ranger?
We lost him.
The
dwarf?
Oh, there he is. I see him.
Oh.
Right there.
Ah.
So you like the human ranger?
Yeah, I like Human Ranger. I like this guy.
Okay, so we'll, there are the 2 we're going to do.
Cool.
The dwarf and human ranger, back to back, fighting off the bad guys.
Nice. Very
Dwarf,
cool.
rogue, human ranger. That's a great team up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which one you want?
I'll go Ranger.
All right. I was hoping she was going to say that. All right, so I have the ancestry dwarf. So we're going to write that on the character sheet here. The character sheets are really, really crazy in comparison to the.
Like a.
Sorry.
So the first edition?
Yeah, well, to any edition.
yeah.
To any edition of Pathfinder or, like even 3rd edition D&D. This is, then it has another sheet here with other cool stuff that you gotta track. And then your last tracking sheet, which has the majority of your spells and stuff like that. But it's a beautiful character sheet, actually. So.
I like a good wide character sheet.
Yeah, this
honestly.
is nice. Instead of up and down,
Yeah.
What is it, landscape?
Landscape versus portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
I know something about paper. Thank you, The Office and Dunder Mifflin.
So we just rolling level 1s?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Dwarves are short, stocky people who are often stubborn, fierce, and devoted. Ability boosts Constitution, Wisdom, and Free. Wonder what free means. Free. Humans get free.
Also, Randall says nice picks. They like the minis
Nice.
you picked.
Thanks. Shared amongst my amigos. Excited about the new edition. Can't wait to play it. Yeah, Peter. Size, medium. Background. Ooh, we have backgrounds.
Ooh, so do you have...
Yeah.
Ooh.
What?
No, I'm just I'm looking at, so humans have like real humans, a bunch of different ethnicities. So these sort of help determine your background.
Okay.
Some of these are pretty cool. Shoanti. The Shoanti tribes were long ago pushed out of lush territory into the harsh badlands of the Storval Plateau in the nation of Varisia. Stalwart and tenacious, they remain oath-sworn to someday retake what they've lost.
Okay.
That's all pretty cool. It's all good. So it's one of those things, so it's if you're building a ranger, you probably want to choose an ethnicity that makes sense for the mini. So Shoanti would probably make sense for a ranger.
Sure.
And then you have Taldans, who are artisans and scholars, so that might make more sense for a mage type. So that's kind of cool.
All right, so the following instructions, so as far as the stats go, the following instructions will help you calculate your character's ability score at first level. You start with a value of 10 in each ability score, then make adjustments for your character's ancestry, ability boosts, and ability flaws. This is followed by adding 2 ability boosts from her background and 4 free ability boosts at first level. Finally, she will receive 1 ability boost to her key ability score from her class. After determining all of her ability boosts, record the ability scores you've generated on your character sheet. For information about modifying your character's ability scores as she gains levels, see ability boosts on page 18 or the ability boost section of each class entry in chapter 3. Interesting.
Oh my god.
So Ron asks, what are the main differences between Pathfinder and D&D because they never played Pathfinder before?
Okay, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So
I would qualify Pathfinder as way more mathy than.
it's crunchier.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original Pathfinder. This one's good.
Yeah.
This one also is crunchier in comparison to the current edition of Dungeons and Dragons. But Pathfinder spawned from 3rd edition D&D.
Yeah.
3rd edition D&D had an open license agreement, so anybody could make content in regards to it. And so Paizo wanted to make a whole new campaign world and campaign setting called Pathfinder, and so they did, and it became very popular because once it went into 3.5, and then they decided to go into 4th edition Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of people just kind of stayed on Pathfinder to maintain that same play mechanic that they had there.
Yeah.
And it's been what, 20 years? I want to say almost 20 years, or something like that. No, it can't be that long. Anyways, it's been a long time that Pathfinder has existed, and it is.
Well, I guess 3rd edition was like 2001.
1999.
Oh, 99. Okay.
Yeah.
So like it would have been like mid-aughts
Yeah.
for
Pathfinder.
Pathfinder.
Yeah. So maybe it's been about
10 plus.
10 plus years. Yeah. And it's actually in the interview. If you guys go onto our YouTube channel, I interviewed Eric Mona at Gen Con a couple weeks ago, and he mentioned how long it's been. But it's due, and there's a lot of cool new things going on with it. So, yeah, hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah.
So do you have to pick names for them?
We do need names. And of course, we always like it when those of you watching give us names. It's the best.
A dwarven name.
I'm looking at him. He's got kind of a reddish brown, like an orangish red beard. He's cloaked. He's got a really interesting short sword, and yeah. Lots of options for names for that guy. Let's do one more share real quick, and I apologize.
He has a grappling hook in his right hand.
It is a grappling hook. Interesting.
Apparently the 2nd edition is the 10-year anniversary.
Okay, that makes
Makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just dropping this in one more group. I do apologize, but we want to get everybody's eyes on what we're doing here today.
So the big difference with Pathfinder, and obviously a lot of people who play D&D do it this way, is there's a point-buy system.
Yeah, you can point by, but also I'm looking at it. Well, this one isn't even point by. It's literally you can do ability boosts, ability flaws, step-by-step instructions there, or you can roll for your ability scores.
Okay.
So based on that information,
Are we going to get the dice tower?
do we need to get the dice tower? We should let you guys tell us.
Do we want to point by, or do we want to get the dice tower?
Yeah, and if we do the dice tower, we don't really need the overhead camera. We'll tell you what it is.
Right.
You know.
And you can choose whether to trust us or not.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot
because
to say.
Johnny didn't have the foresight to have the overhead camera set up just in case.
He's gonna
No,
fight
like
you.
we specifically, Johnny's done. Johnny's leaving. We specifically were like, no, Pathfinder uses a point-buy system. We don't need the dice tower today. And of course, now that we've opened the book, we're like,
Well, we can.
Sean
we
says
can,
dice
we're allowed.
tower.
Dice tower.
Sean
Everyone's
didn't
saying.
just say dice tower.
They like dice tower. We do have 2 name suggestions for the dwarf.
Ooh.
Okay.
Thornhammer and Rothendar.
Rothendar. I like that.
Rothendar, yeah. And then one for the ranger,
Okay.
Wind Waker.
Look, I like Zelda, but that's a little on the nose.
Is
Dice
Wind
tower
Waker
power.
Zelda?
Yeah.
Who said that? Chantel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dice tower power.
Dice tower. All right. We got our D6s.
Yeah, there's plenty. Thank
Okay.
you so much. All right, so I'll let you begin the dicing.
Okay.
There are plenty of D6s there. So 4D6. Yep.
Yep.
Roll 4 six-sided dice and discard the lowest die result, and the 3 remaining results together are your sum.
Yikes. That's a 9.
Okay. Ugh.
Should have gone point 5.
Vaughn says build in the boosts,
All right,
etc.
all right.
I think it'll showcase the process
So
better.
that's 9.
Does that make any sense?
It does. Building
13.
it using the boost format is
13.
a very second edition
Oh,
thing.
I understand now. Gourmand the red for the dwarf.
Gourmand the Red. Ooh, that's a cool name. Sarah's got
Rag
it.
for hoodwinked.
What? What was that one? Hoodwinked?
Oh.
Ugh. These dice are the worst. 11?
11. All right. The highest I've gotten so far is a 13. Swap out 2 of these.
Is the baseline, generating stats based on where your character comes from and who they are, which doesn't use dice.
11,
Yeah.
13.
Narrative ability score generating. I mean, that's always fun too. You know what? I think I'll do that one. I'll do narrative generation. So all my stats are going to start off at 10, and then I'll go through my boosts
It's a whole God.
to do that.
A ranger name is Gerard Winged Hand.
Because he has a bird on his hand.
Yes.
Smart. Makes sense.
Carrie is judging every name suggestion, which makes me think Carrie has an idea
No,
for
I
a
don't.
name.
No, I don't. At this point, I'm a little salty about the rolls. I got
Oh, okay.
I got a 9, a 13, a 10, 11, a 13, and another 9. Cool. We'll have to do it.
So here's something interesting. It looks like the ability boosts, as I'm looking through these, are literally a 2-point boost. So your scores are actually better than mine.
Okay.
Because I would have 2 ability boosts. And I'm trying to find the dwarven.
Martell Wind Waker?
Martell, like House Martell.
All right. So it's a +2 on the boosts.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I'm going to boost one of those 13s to a 15.
Sarah
Well, the
says that
ability boosts
character's
go
died.
to the like a dwarf gets ability boosts in Constitution, Wisdom, and Free, but you get free and free.
I get 2 free,
2
so I get to
frees.
choose
Yeah, okay, yeah.
which 2 go into. Now that being said, you know, I will eventually have to choose a background here. So, I don't think you have to take a background, but
Okay.
each background grants 2 ability boosts, a bonus skill feat, and training in 1 lore skill.
Okay.
So for this guy, I was either going to do Hunter, which is 2 ability boosts. One must be to Dex or to Wisdom, and the other is a free ability boost. You also get the Survey Wildlife skill feat, and you're trained in the Hunting lore skill. The other one I was looking at was Nomad, which, I feel like this guy, he's a ranger. He could go either way. He could either be a hunter or he could be a nomad. I
Yeah.
don't think like Scholar or Sailor wouldn't work.
He almost could be a falconer to a royal house.
Yeah.
You know.
Martin Feathershot?
We're
That's
really leaning
another.
into the bird here today.
Yeah,
aren't
we really love the bird.
So nomad, traveling far and wide, you picked up basic tactics for surviving on the road and in unknown lands, getting by with few supplies and even fewer comforts. You have to either take a con or a wisdom boost, and the other one is free.
Okay.
You gain the assurance skill feat with survival, and you're trained in a lore skill related to one terrain you've traveled in, such as desert lore or swamp lore.
Okay.
So, Hunter, Ranger makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
but Nomad I think would be cool just because it's you get like the terrain knowledge.
Okay.
Sarah
So-
says I like Hunter.
Hunter? Okay.
Yeah. Also, Michael had stated that, sorry, I have to scoot up. You get boosts from ancestry, background, and class.
In class.
Okay.
And then at the end, you get a set of boosts to round out the scores.
Oh, okay. So,
So I'm going to look up
Okay,
dwarven
ancestry.
backgrounds.
Yoga the Nimble for the dwarf.
oh, here's the thing. In
That's a
the
name.
rolling method, you don't get free ability boosts or an ability boost from your class. So that's sort of how it balances out.
Okay.
When you're doing the narrative method, you start at baseline 10 across and you
Okay.
build up from there. Rolling method, I don't get as many boosts
Okay.
because they're assuming that I got decent rolls.
Yeah,
I didn't,
you didn't.
but it's fine.
It's fine. All right. So for backgrounds, you're taking Hunter.
Yeah,
that
I'll
correct?
take Hunter.
All right. So of all of them that are here, acolyte, acrobat, animal whisperer, barkeep, blacksmith, criminal. Entertainer, but let's say a reformed criminal. That's his background. He was, a street thief or what, kind of an interesting.
So, all right. So if I'm taking Hunter, I have to boost Dex and then another free boost.
There's also
So-
scout. I mean, I could be a scout with you. A rogue scout.
Yeah, a Hunter and a Scout.
Yeah.
All right.
So, or street urchin. What do you guys think? Criminal, scout, or street urchin? Or nomad. I mean, I could be a nomad as well for the dwarf. Yogga the Nimble for the dwarf. I like Yogga is a kind of a cool name. Or Yoja.
Yoja?
Yoja, because it's double G.
Okay.
I want to go ja on that.
Ja.
Yoja. I like Yoja.
All right. So I'm gonna put.
But the nimble, I'm not sure this guy's going to be. I mean, he's going to be a rogue class, but he may not be the most nimble because he's still a dwarf. So what do you guys think? Scout, like a hunter's beater or gun bearer? Yeah, I mean he could play that role where he's helping you out. Cosmo from Paizo says, "Go street urchin." So,
All right. So assuming that I did this right, and if we've got someone in here from Paizo, I'm sure they can call me out and be like, "Nah, son, you messed this up."
Michael says black cloak and grappling hook, says criminal to me.
Hunter. So a human male hunter. This dude on the spinner here. Rolled for ability scores. Did the boosts for ancestry and background. So I'm not going to get anything additional from my class.
Okay.
So after all the boosts, I've got a 13 strength, 17 dex,
Nice.
12 con, 9 int, 11 whiz, and 11 charisma.
That's not bad. I mean, 17 dex is pretty stout.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if I'm pulling from, if I'm doing a ranger, dex is going to be the way to go.
Everybody say hi to Cosmo. He's
Hi,
in there.
Cosmo.
I'll see you in a couple weeks, buddy. Are you going to be at the open house, the Alliance open house?
When is that?
September.
September 7th through like the 5th through the 10th, something
Oh,
like that.
that's fun. Y'all can have fun with that.
We will.
I'm going to be at Colossal Con East that weekend.
Pool party.
Yeah! Have fun in Indiana. I'm going to be in the Lazy River.
I agree. I think Michael has it there with the criminal. I think criminal background might be good.
Yeah,
Since we've
look,
been
I
building
feel like-
villain characters, I feel like we need a transition.
Yeah,
like
but-
this guy.
But he doesn't have to be a villain.
No, I'm saying it's okay. We just need a transition character from super good to
Yeah.
Yeah,
from
so
the fact
these
that we're
these guys are
building.
maybe, a hunter doesn't necessarily have to be inherently good or evil.
Right.
I would probably read a hunter ranger type who's sort of been out in the wilds on his own for a long time,
Sure.
is just very neutral,
Yeah,
really only interested in keeping himself.
And these two right here probably met in a tavern, drinking, telling stories back and forth, and then him working for a noble house. He gets hired to break in, and he's like, "Oh, I can't."
That's
you're
a good story.
You're my buddy. I don't want to turn you in.
So this guy, the ranger, did we decide on a name? Am I going to have to call this dude Wind Waker?
No. We still need a name for the ranger, everybody. You guys have all given some really good ones up to this point, but Carrie is not sold on any yet. So let's come up with something really cool. One of them was Hawk Falconer.
That's the
Fam.
name of the bird.
Oh, that's the bird's
That's the
name.
bird's name. All right. Does he have other bird friends? I'm gonna put the other birds. He has many bird friends.
How about Haaken? Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Haaken Falconer.
Haaken Falconer.
Peter, I really need you to do better.
We love you, Peter, but
Oh, also class does give you a boost in your main stat.
Okay.
criminal, as unscrupulous, independent, or as a member of an underworld organization.
I'm cool with Haaken as the first name.
Yeah, Haaken is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's cool. Just give me something that doesn't have to do with burbs or wind for the last name. Or something that isn't like...
Farron Featherhand?
All right, so one has to be dexterity.
You
guys,
just don't want...
like,
And I like the idea of being a little... No, I don't like that.
no.
I'm going to say a little smarter. Nah.
No.
Go with a little more hardy.
Also, Ranger was made to choose Dex or Strength for their key ability.
Okay, yeah, I'm leaning real hard into Dex just
Okay.
because that's like... It's always been my belief that like a ranger should be more dexterous than
Yeah.
necessarily strong.
That makes sense. John Lostfoot.
Farron Featherhand. Featherhand is returned. Oh,
Freeland.
And then Freeland. Arid North Star. Haaken is pronounced Haaken.
Well, then why
That
didn't
way.
you spell it like that?
Oh.
Oh, Michael
Certainly-
says you shouldn't keep adding birds if you don't want people to think of bird names.
Truth.
Now that he's surrounded.
All right, so I also get the experienced smuggler skill, which is kind
Oh.
of cool. Skill feat.
All right, so where... there we go. Skill feat. All right.
Experienced
All right.
smuggler. I like that. It's like, who needs some hawked pots and pans that I stole from this ritzy ditzy house? Because I know how to smuggle some pots and pans around the city.
Yeah, all right. So Hunter. So survey wildlife is the skill feat.
Oh, apparently that name is Norse.
Oh, okay.
Ah, there it is.
Treeborn Mint.
Underworld lore.
Also, Vaughn says the previous comment that the rolling stats means no boost from class seems to be correct.
Yeah.
That's page 21.
Yeah.
So underworld lore skill. That's kind of neat. Hey, what's up? Walter's watching.
Class feats and features, ancestry feats, skill feats.
Clive says treeborn mint. Treeborn mint.
Where are my other skills at?
So you have your on the front here just these skills.
Mm-hmm.
So like I put lore Underworld.
Yeah. Hunting.
and wow, ancestry feats. What do you get just for ancestry? I didn't even really look at that.
Oh, for the dwarf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be different.
Yeah, at
Okay.
first level you gain one ancestry feat, so I have Ancestral Hatred, Ancient's Blood. You attempt a saving throw against a magical effect. Your ancestor's innate resistance to magic has manifested in you. Boulder Roll, Mountain Roots. Your Dwarven build allows you to push foes around. Take a step into the square of a foe that is your size or smaller, and the foe must move into the empty space directly behind it. So you're just a bully. Giant Bane, your squat stature and your hatred for giant kind give you an edge when fighting them. And Hardy, your blood runs hardy and strong, and you can shake off toxins that would lay others low. I like that one.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm onto languages with my guy. So a lot of these are going to sort of sound the same if you've played D&D. So you have Common, Dwarven, Elven, Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, Orcish, Sylvan, and Undercommon. But for my second language, because I get 2 as a human,
Okay.
I'm taking Jotun,
Jotun.
which is the language of giants, ogres, trolls, and
Nice.
other beasties. So for a
I
hunter,
can
I
dig
felt
it.
like that might make
that's a
sense
good
that
one.
he's like
Yeah.
studied those kind of guys.
Just as a reminder to everybody watching, if you are just tuning in, we are going to be giving away a copy of Pathfinder 2nd Edition Beta Test, the soft cover version that has been signed by Eric Mona. Right there, he says, game on, right there. He signed this at Gen Con for us, and we want to make sure that someone out there that watches gets the copy. And in order to do that, we ask that you please share this. We're going to announce the winner, and if you share it, also write shared into the comments below so that we can, marry that up. And we'll announce the winner on next week's episode of Building Character, where we'll probably come back and do a couple more 2nd edition ones for the beta test here.
Also, a name for the ranger, I believe, Edwin Clodhopper.
Edwin Clodhopper.
Clodhopper?
Nice.
And Ron asks, what's the ranger's first name?
Haaken, Haakon.
Haaken.
Haaken.
Haaken. And then Vaughn says there's actually 8 different choices for dwarf ancestry. Don't forget the second column.
What?
T.
Oh, yeah. Mountain roots, rock runner, stone cunning, weapon cunning, and weapon familiarity. I kind of felt like...
You just hadn't read those out, but you liked the...
I liked Hardy.
Hardy for...
Yeah, as a criminal, he's probably been, tried to have been poisoned by other bad people, and he just kind of built up an immunity to iocane powder,
Yes.
which we all know is from Australia, peopled with criminals.
I'm rolling my eyes back here.
She's rolling her eyes for Dave.
Yes.
Carrie, whatever Paizo is spelled backwards, make that his last name.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oziap.
I like that.
Cool. Haaken Oziap.
So O-Z-A-I-P.
Silver Spear?
AZA.
Could have been a
Silver Spear?
silver spear.
Oh, that's a good one, too. I always like...
Did you just spell Paizo wrong?
Probably.
I was going to say. Yeah, it's Paizo.
Oh, maybe you should have just named that guy Dave.
His name is Dave.
The dwarf.
This is Dave.
This is Dave.
He likes to paint.
Hello? All right, so there are multiple classes available. Alchemist is one of them. Barbarian. If you guys haven't watched it yet, we also actually, back in, what was it, March, April? At
May.
Gamma, we did a playtest with Jason Bowman from Paizo of the 2nd edition with some pre-generated characters, and we had a Goblin Alchemist in our squad and just throwing fireballs on everything to include his fellow party members. Yeah.
Well, so the ranger, and every class has this. So all classes have what are called in Pathfinder signature skills. So it works like proficiencies in 5e. So the signature skills for a ranger are acrobatics, athletics, crafting, nature, stealth, and survival.
Nice.
So those are sort of things where I get presumably a higher score in that.
Locknot. Oh, I'm taking that as a last name.
Norman, says
Yeah.
Locknot the Hardy for the dwarf.
All right, so I'm going to go with his first name I picked was Yogga, Yogga, but Yogga Locknot sounds super cool.
Excellent. The class features of the ranger are pretty cool. So you get an action that's just called Hunt Target, which gives you an advantage against one foe that you can see within 100 feet. You're basically marking it as your target.
Ooh, nice.
And you focus your attacks against that specific opponent. While hunting that creature, you gain benefits for focusing your attacks. As long as all of your attacks in a round are against that target, the multiple attack penalty you take on the second attack is -4 instead of -5, and -8 instead of -10 on the third and any further attacks in the round. You also ignore the penalty for making ranged attacks against the target you're hunting within your second range increment. So it's basically you're like, I'm hunting this
You're done.
guy. You're
Nice.
done. So That's kind of cool.
Ron says, how did it feel when you did your interview with Matt Mercer? It was awesome. It was a great
Matt's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I've met Matt a couple of times myself.
He's super nice.
Yeah, I mean, in my con-going brain, I always just remember him as Lord Masamune on cosplay.com. So whenever I see him, I'm like, oh, there's that Sephiroth cosplayer. I'm really glad he's doing really well for himself.
Nice.
Been doing this for a while. So.
A hot second.
He was like the Final Fantasy cosplayer for like a while
Forever.
in the early mid-aughts.
Yeah.
And then he was like, what if I was like actually a professional voice actor? And then he went and did it.
Yeah, he's done very well at it.
Yeah. But whenever I see him, I'm like, yo, Lord Masamune, and I'm sure he hates it, so.
We'll find out at PAX. But as far as like the interview that we did for Game Trade Media and also for the book, the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, he was just genuinely a fan of the hobby that we all love, and it came across in everything he said, and he was just a genuine pleasure to talk to.
I mean, I think, I might, I tease with the cosplay stuff,
Right.
but I mean, I think it shows that like he has such a background as a fan. Like he played all these games, he watched all of these shows, and now he's doing it. He's living the dream, and it's awesome. Yeah, I've had the pleasure of being able to like sit down with him at a convention a couple of times, and he's real nice. And it's nice to have people who are like in it, who started at like this level as fans, and now one of the biggest names in the business. So
This is a fact. Yeah.
Back to the characters.
Back to the characters.
But great question. Thank you for asking.
yeah.
So when it says key ability, and I'm going to ask you guys out there because it doesn't really, maybe it does further in key terms. Key terms: enhancements, enhancement, additional effects. So when it says key ability, dexterity, does that mean that I get to? That's the other boost. My class boost is dexterity. Because I don't see it listed otherwise. As far as boosts.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's how that works.
Okay.
Is you get another boost in whatever your key ability is. But because
Michael
I
says
rolled,
correct.
I don't get
Yeah,
that boost.
did you see that? Michael said correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to boost his dexterity to 16.
Nice.
And that makes my stats 10, strength of 10, dex 16, con 14, intelligence 10, wisdom 12, charisma 8. Maybe he got splashed a little acid across his face.
Just like, I mean, my charisma isn't that much better. Like 11.
Yeah.
Like
you're a little,
I can hold a conversation, but my vocabulary isn't anything to write home about.
Right. If you can even write home.
This is also true.
Dang.
This is also
Michael
true.
says the key ability grants a boost to that score.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hit points are 8 plus Constitution modifier. Ooh. So I'm probably right with having 10, because I'm sure the Constitution modifiers haven't changed, or the modifiers haven't changed. Yeah, so plus 2. So
Yeah, let me see that. Oh, God.
I have a -1 modifier to my charisma. Yeah. 0, 0. 12 is +1.
Does Pathfinder have a monk class?
It does.
It sure does.
Yeah. The monk actually looks pretty cool.
Also, apparently, don't forget that the hit points you got for being a dwarf. For you.
Oh, wait. So as a dwarf, I got 10. So I'm going to have 20 hit points at first level?
Do you add them together?
Because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, because right now I'm sitting on a cool 11 hit points, and that seems low.
It does. Well, not for first.
For first level,
For first
yeah.
level, it would. That seems kind of.
Oh, also, Clive says, I cannot see your characters talking their way out of trouble.
No.
They're more like fight their way out of trouble.
No, Haaken here would be like caca, and then his bird friends would show up and claw someone's eyeballs out, and then
Yeah.
they would leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Michael says yes.
Yes.
For the
Wow,
adding.
so I'm going to have
Oh, so-
20 hit
well,
points.
okay.
Nice. And
All right.
what is yours going to be? 22 then, right?
19.
19?
And Vaughn asks, "You've spent all the boosts?" Question mark.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think I have. It says net 2 from
From
Ancestry. Yeah, which
2
was
from background.
I went Dex and Con. And then
2
2 from background.
4 free choice, and then 1 from class.
4 free choice.
I don't think I have 4 free.
No.
Okay, well,
That seems a lot.
That seems like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Because it said,
Welcome to the playtest. What are we doing?
okay. I'm just going to look real quick again. Because that would be freaking amazing. So I get Con and Wisdom for my race. So there, I did both of those. And I got a free,
That-
which I didn't use. So Con, Wisdom, free, which I did as a 14 Dex. No, I didn't.
oh,
use it.
page 20. 4 free choice. Step 4. Apparently. Also, Peter says, "I can see them starting a bar fight, grabbing what they can, and skedaddling."
So you get, again, I rolled. So like I boosted appropriately for having
What?
rolled. So
2
Step-
background abilities, which are,
Step 4?
holy crap.
yeah.
Okay.
So again, my stats are strength of 13, dex of 17, con of 12, int of 9, whiz 11, and 11 charisma
All right.
as well. And I feel like that's really balanced.
So, my 2 backgrounds are Con and Wisdom, was it for Dwarf? Hold on. You guys got me all confused now. Yeah, Con and Wisdom for Dwarf, and it says free.
Yeah, so the 4 free is true. That someone else is
So-
agreeing with that.
So I get Con and Wisdom and a free just for my race, which Con and Wisdom, and then my free is Dex, just for race. For my background, which was criminal, I went with, I think it was, I had to take a boost in dexterity. Choose 2 ability boosts. 1 must be dexterity or intelligence, and 1 is a free. So I did take another one in dexterity.
And dwarf is ancestry, so you get con, whiz, free, then a flaw.
And I got my flaw, which
Okay.
is a minus in charisma. So for criminal, I took dexterity and intelligence. And then for rogue, I get dexterity again. And then I get 4 free.
That seems like a lot.
That seems amazing. So that's 16. So I'm going to go, there's 1,
Background, 2 boosts.
2, 3, 4.
Well,
Magic.
well.
Which puts it at 14, 14, 14, 18, 10, 8.
Do I get anything extra? Do I get more boosts?
They all have to go to a different ability, though.
Well, now you're just killing it. So 12.
I'm looking at feats.
That's what
I've
mine-
moved on from the stats. I am now assuming I did this wrong, and I'm just moving on to feats. Thanks.
2, 3,
Ranger feats are neat.
4. Okay.
Does
So-
your ranger have higher dex than strength?
It does.
Okay,
Yeah.
Someone was asking.
14,
Yeah. So
14.
Also, Sean says you get 1 boost for every bird.
What?
so many birds.
12.
I get 3 burbs.
Yep.
So speaking of the birds,
All right, so it's not quite as good as I So, I mean, it's still really good. Dex
Right.
18.
Okay.
Strength 12, Wisdom 14, Con 14, Intelligence 12, Charisma 8.
Okay.
That is a pretty
Yeah.
balanced
Yeah.
character.
All right. So I assume this is the same for other classes as well. So Ranger. At first level and then every even numbered level, you gain an additional what's called a feat. So the Ranger feats at first level, which means I get to pick one of these right now, is I've got Animal Companion, Crossbow Ace, Double Slice, and Monster Hunter. So Double Slice has the requirement of you have to have 2 melee weapons and you have to have one in each hand. So Double Slice is you make 1 strike with each of the required weapons, both at your current multiple attack penalty. The second strike takes a -2 circumstance penalty if the weapon does not have the agile trait. If both attacks hit, combine the damage and add any applicable enhancements from both weapons. For purposes of resistances and weaknesses, this counts as like a single strike but 2 attacks. So it seems a little involved. Animal Companion is you gain the service of a young animal companion that travels with you and obeys simple commands to the best of its abilities,
Like a falcon.
like a bird.
How
And then
convenient.
Monster Hunter is kind of cool. That's when you critically succeed to identify a target you're hunting with recall knowledge. Everyone in the party, as long as you're telling your allies, gains a +1 circumstance bonus to your next attack roll against it. So
Okay.
there's that. And then Crossbow Ace is when you use hunt target. If your next strike with your crossbow before the end of your next turn is against your hunted target, you're basically adding damage. I like Animal Companion though. I feel like that. I'm taking
do
Animal
too.
Companion. He's got all these birds.
He's got the family.
Yeah.
Wow. So, rogue feats. All right. Hit points, proficiencies, perception, expert.
Oh God.
So let me ask you this: for any of you that have already been working on your playtest character builds, on the character sheet there are these little pips for T, E, M, and L.
So E, I believe, stands for expert because in
Master
like
and then
my
like legendary.
my
Trained.
I assume that's what that means.
Trained, expert, master, and legendary.
So, because like I guess in the Ranger, yeah. So it says, so like saving throw. It says trained in fortitude and expert in the other 2. I'm an expert in all 3 of the saving throw types.
Okay.
Also, apparently, Young Bird on page 285 with adjustments for Young on 284.
Oh.
So you are aware.
A burb.
Yeah, TEML are proficiencies.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So young companions.
Trained, expert, master, legendary.
Yeah.
Level 0, 1, 2, or +3.
So 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool.
Cool. So like I can have a bird, and the bird can do a flyby attack.
Untrained is level -2.
Oh wow.
Ouch.
Bird. Your companion is a bird of prey, such as an eagle, hawk, or an owl. It does various unarmed strikes. It can do either 1d6 piercing damage with its jaws or 1d4 slashing with its talon. It has 4 hit points. And the work together benefit is your bird pecks at your enemy's eyes when you create an opening,
What?
causing them to bleed.
That's crazy.
Until your next turn, all your weapon strikes against a creature your bird threatens add 1d4 persistent bleed damage as an enhancement. That's good.
Yep.
That's
I
good.
think that works.
Yikes.
I like your character.
Just caw.
Yeah.
Now you don't have eyes, and now I'm shooting you with a crossbow.
Exactly.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
So I got to pick feats and stuff. We got about 4 minutes left, I think, maybe even 3. So we're getting close to the end, everybody.
You can have a raptor as a companion? That seems obscene.
Not like a dinosaur raptor.
It literally, dromaeosaur. Your companion is or dromaeosaur, also called a raptor, such as a velociraptor, or I'm not pronouncing that. I give up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can just straight up have a dinosaur.
That's very WoW of it.
Yeah.
The hunter class in WoW.
It's like you can have a bird, you can have a horse,
A warehouse raptor, apparently.
or you
Yeah,
can
I was
have
gonna say,
like
is that like that's not like a full grown one.
no, like it's a dinosaur.
Straight up dinosaur.
It's straight up a velociraptor.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it a full grown velociraptor? Or
But
is it
apparently
like,
only a warehouse size.
mid-range, baby, infant.
No, like when you so like the way that animal companion works is that like they're young when you get them, and then you like their stats increase once you level up.
Oh,
so like
okay.
they're sort of like growing up with you.
Gotcha.
So like, yeah,
Eventually you would have
yeah.
a full raptor.
I don't know why anyone would choose like, oh, a horse. Cool. Here's a horse. You can go fast now on your horse. You can have a bear. That's crazy. It's also all these deities and there's a lot more to this game than we could ever possibly hope to cover
In one episode.
in an hour. Yeah.
In a measly hour.
Right.
I know.
Tune in
I'm
next week.
Yeah. I mean, if you're just joining us, don't forget we've got he's got it. He's the signed
The book.
The book
Yeah.
that he got at Gen Con.
The book.
Got signed.
Yeah.
All you got to do is share this out.
Yeah, share it. And you're going to get a copy of the Pathfinder Playtest, 2nd edition Playtest, soft cover signed by Eric Mona.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
It's real cool.
And we'll announce the winner of this on next week's episode of Building Character.
Yeah. And if you like books, don't forget to please buy our book,
Yeah.
The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, which is out right now, and you can order it through Game Trade Magazine or through previews.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just let your local retailer know that you saw or heard about it from us and say, well, I'd like to order it, and they can get it through Diamond or Alliance.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
good to go.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Super good stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
hey, if you like Matt Mercer, there's a huge Matt Mercer interview
There is.
in the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop. We've got all sorts of good
Yeah,
stuff in there.
there's a lot of good stuff. A lot of
Yeah.
good history on board games and tabletop games. And
A look
Dungeons
into
and
why
Dragons
these
and-
things are collectible.
Exactly. Collectible.
Yeah.
All right. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching us today. Make sure you go to your friendly local game store and participate in all the fun stuff they've got going on. Become part of your local community. Become part of the playtest. You can actually go to paizo.com and download the playtest PDF.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually be participating in the playtest right now. I think the first drop of information that they're requesting is going to be next Friday, the 24th.
Okay.
On the first run of information. If you're not part of the Paizo community, you can go on there and get. They have their forums. Get on the playtest forums and participate, because all it's going to do is make this, when it comes out next year at Gen Con, fully fleshed out, a much better game.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing it come out next year.
Absolutely.
So this has been Building Character. I'm Rick.
And I'm Carrie.
We'll see you at the game store.
Thanks.
Hey guys, we're super excited to share that our new book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, is now available.
We love tabletop gaming as much as you do, and we're so thrilled to share the finished book with the community. This book covers the history of the tabletop industry, from classic board games like Monopoly to collectible card games like Magic, and of course, RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons.
The book also highlights some of the top talent in the industry, featuring interviews with Peter Atkinson, Matthew Mercer, Larry Elmore, and many more. Plus, we chatted with collectors from all walks of life who shared their own knowledge and insight about tabletop collecting.
We also discuss everything from the impact of crowdfunding on the current state of the industry, as well as take a look at all sorts of ways to preserve your collection for years to come. This book provides a perfect snapshot of the tabletop industry at large and shows what makes this hobby so great.
You can head into your local game store or comic shop right now and pick up your copy of the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games. If they don't have it in stock, you can order your copy through previews, through Game Trade Magazine, or through gemstonepub.com.
Thanks for watching Building Character. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.